The first official word came via a shortwave radio broadcast heard around the world. Here it was the middle of the night, 2:32 a.m. South Dakota time, on the morning of June 6th, 1944.
Under the command of General Eisenhower, Allied naval forces, supported by strong air forces, began landing Allied armies this morning on the northern coast of France.
Here on the prairies of South Dakota, where the tall grass blows, you'll find this small house in the community of Vollen. Inside, you'll find this unassuming 94-year-old man named Orvin Oyen. Orvin had a front row seat to D-Day.
They dumped us off out in the water.
Orvin was a member of the 90th Infantry Division, which was for a time under the command of legendary General George Patton, who told his troops days before the invasion that many of them likely would not survive.
A lot of you guys probably know you probably won't be coming back. Some will probably get wounded and all that kind of stuff.
Orvin was an infantry engineer. His job was to keep trucks, tanks, and everything else running. On June 8th, it was his turn to brave the beaches of Normandy. From the moment he hit the water to come ashore, it was apparent death was a real possibility.
And we got shelled quite a bit when we were unloading. Planes, yeah, the Germans are still firing at us.
Orvin made it to shore, dodging shells, shrapnel, and bullets.
Well, yeah, you're scared. I mean, you're really scared. But you do your work that you're trained to do.
And Orvin saw for himself, in detail, the bodies of soldiers whose luck ran out that day.
Well, you don't like to see it. You know, most of them were our own buddies and people that you don't like to see that kind of stuff.
7 decades later, the gravity of this moment in history still weighs on Orvin, heavily. It weighs terribly on his heart.
I don't like to talk about the gory stuff. That'll make me cry because that involves my friends and stuff like that.
Ask Orvin about D-Day and he will pull out a historic treasure trove of information. Books, pictures, maps, all of it lays out the invasion in specific detail. But nothing compares to hearing the story straight from Orvin himself.
This German plane came over, strafed us. He's about, well, a little bit higher than the ceiling when he came over my head. Just scared the hell out of me.
To this day, there is still some confusion as to how many Allied troops died during the D-Day invasion. One number is as high as 10,000. All Orvin knows is that it was a lot, and he is genuinely amazed that he survived. He says on more than one occasion he could and should have been killed.
I'd have to say I guess I had somebody looking over me all the time.
But sitting in his simple dining room in a home in Vollen, South Dakota, this 94-year-old man shrugs off the suggestion that his actions were heroic, his modesty overcoming any sense of pride.
We're just doing what we're supposed to do, what we're trained to do.
And 70 years later, while Orvin can clearly remember the deafening gunfire and the death that accompanied the D-Day invasion, he also daily counts his blessings, thankful that Adolf Hitler's reign was brought to an end, and thankful that he was able to come back home to South Dakota.